Hello all, welcome to English 215. So today what we're going to do is quickly go through the syllabus, and I want to tell you a little bit about our Canvas page and some of the assignments that we're going to be doing. So this is our home page for the course, and this is going to be extremely important throughout the semester, as you will find the syllabus here as well as all of the assignments that you need to complete. So we'll begin by going over the syllabus quickly. So if we click on syllabus, we should download the document and we should be able to open it. As you can see here, this is going to be an online class that is 3 credit hours long. One important thing I want to mention before we go further is that this online course has been condensed. So instead of the traditional 16-week semester, we only have 8 weeks. This means that our assignments are going to come at a little bit quicker clip. So please be sure that as you are working over the course of the semester, you are keeping the deadlines in mind and being proactive about getting assignments finished. Here you can see that if you need to contact me, please email me at my email address. Do not contact me through Canvas. I never check that email. I check this one from DWU almost daily, if not multiple times a day. So you'll get a much quicker response if you email me there. A required textbook that we need to have for the course is this textbook that's interactive grammar. So you can download this from iBooks. So if you go into your iBooks app, if you search for my name or for interactive grammar, you should find this particular textbook. It's a free download. You don't need to do anything else except to download that particular one. You may also want to download Composition for the Student Scholar. I don't think this will be necessary. We have video lectures throughout the course that you will be watching that actually give you all of the information about writing. So if you want more detailed information, feel free to download that textbook as well. But overall, I don't think we should need it. For English 215, we are going to be introducing students to professional expectations for written communication in the workplace and on the web. So students will develop an understanding of the purpose and audience while writing and revising a variety of goal-oriented projects. In preparation for a research project, student will develop a variety of texts, including memos, letters, analytical reports, presentations, and proposals. So we'll go over all of that information a little bit more when we actually get to our unit plans. Here's the rationale for the course. English 215 is probably one of the most important courses that you will take over the course of your college career. It's an intensive writing course designed to teach students the skills that will help them manage business communication effectively while developing and employing problem-solving skills focused on organizing information, drawing conclusion, and making recommendations. So this course is broadly divided into 3 units, which show students how to get a job, how to keep a job, and then how to advance in a job. Instructional methods will include a combination of lecture, discussion, and peer editing over the course of this summer semester. So here you have the course learning outcomes. You shouldn't really need any of those. Here are the specific assignments that we will have over the course of this class. We're going to have a job posting analysis, a resume, and a cover letter that for Unit 1, which is the job application packet. For project number 2, we're going to write an informal report individually. So we're going to identify a topic, we're going to create a topic outline, and then actually write a first and final draft of that report. And then the main project that we'll be working on for a good portion of the semester is a formal report, which is going to be approximately 3,000 words. And you can see that this is divided into much smaller assignments to try to help us bite away at this larger project. We'll also be conducting some peer reviews over the course of the semester, and you will also have lecture and grammar quizzes as well. So let's talk a little bit about some of these assignments. In your unit plan, when we get to that, you will see that there are lectures that you are to watch. These lectures are a substitute for our in-class sessions that we would have during a normal semester. So as you are watching these lectures, you are expected to take notes diligently and to really pay attention to what information is being conveyed. In order to ensure that we are giving these lectures due diligence, after each lecture, you will have a post-lecture quiz. This quiz will consist of 5 randomly chosen questions that come from the lectures, and you will have a 5-minute time limit to answer these. So be sure you're taking really diligent notes. You can use your notes as you are taking these quizzes, but be sure that you are paying attention closely to the information, because this information will then be translated into the assignments that we complete over the course of the semester. We will also have grammar quizzes as well. These grammar quizzes are meant to solidify our understanding of how to convey information in the English language. Grammar and punctuation are extremely important in the workplace. If you do not know where a comma goes, it reflects very poorly on you when you actually get to your job. So these grammar quizzes are meant to help hone those particular skills. As far as participation, just make sure you're getting your assignments done. You're treating this as a professional work environment. You're getting everything accomplished by the due dates. And if you have any questions, you are asking those proactively before they are actually due. Make sure that you are getting your assignments done on time. If an assignment is not submitted by the time that it should be, there is a 20% grade reduction for that. For each 24-hour period it is late. This is because when you get into the workplace, you need to turn things in on time. Hopefully this policy will help us hone that particular skill. Also, please keep in mind that lecture and grammar quizzes cannot be made up. If you miss those, you are just out those points. So be sure you're paying close attention to our unit plans as far as when certain assignments are due. As I mentioned, please make sure that you are emailing me through my DWU email address and not through Canvas, as I check this much more frequently. Email etiquette. We are in a professional business writing class, right? So be sure that you are having professional emails with a greeting and salutation. You're ending with a proper closing. You're not using text, speak, etc. Make sure that you're keeping all of your iPads charged. Technical issues are not a reason for late submission of work. Make sure you're getting stuff submitted early so that if there is any problems, we can address those before the actual due date. All of the rest of this you can kind of read through. Recycled writing policy. If you are taking English 215 again, with the exception of your resume and cover letter, you need to complete all new material for this semester. Extra credit. We might have extra credit assignments throughout the semester. I will keep you apprised of those if we do. But if we do have extra credit assignments, you need to have at least a C in the course before extra credit is added in order to actually receive extra credit. If you're not putting in at least average level work, you should not have extra credit save your grade any. So be sure you are putting in due diligence from the beginning. If you have at least a C, extra credit can help your grade all the more. The rest of this information is not too important. You can read through it yourself as you peruse this particular syllabus. So let's switch back here and look at our Canvas page. And on our home page, in addition to our syllabus, we also have our unit plan. And the unit plan is where you can find what we're doing each day and all of our assignments for the entire semester. So here we are on currently June 29th, that is today. We have lecture material. So here is the videos that you should watch. Here's another one that you should also watch. And then you can see what your homework is for this particular class period. Now, we are running this class as if it is a Tuesday-Thursday class, okay? As if it is a Tuesday-Thursday class. That means, with the exception of this first week, all assignments are due at Tuesday at 9 a.m. or at Thursday at 9 a.m. There are a few assignments that have alternate due dates, but those are specifically outlined in the unit plan. So if no due date is outlined in the unit plan, assume that it is due by either Tuesday or Thursday at 9 o'clock. Okay, so what I would suggest as far as accomplishing these assignments, we should first watch our lecture video. Then I would suggest taking the lecture quiz for that video because the information will be a little bit fresher for you. Then I would go back, watch the second video, and then take the second lecture quiz. Now remember, these are timed lecture quizzes. You only have 5 minutes, right? So familiarize yourself with the material very well so that when you get to these quizzes, you can answer these questions quickly. Then, before June 30th at 9 o'clock, I would like you to accomplish this assignment as well. So you're supposed to find 3 job postings for jobs that you would like to have after college. You will find information about that in these lectures. Okay, where can you actually find job postings, all of that will be covered by the time you reach your homework. Okay. Then I'd like you to copy and paste the job postings into a Word document. Then we're going to analyze them for technical and demeanor descriptors. Again, you will have more information about this in your lectures. You're supposed to highlight any technical descriptors in green, any demeanor descriptors in yellow, and then upload this document to Canvas, and it is going to be worth 5 points total. Then, the next step of your homework is the grammar assignment. Now, it is extremely important. Do not, I repeat, do not pay attention to the Canvas list of assignments and when they are due. That list does not include practice quizzes. And here you can see that we have a grammar practice quiz. So if you are just going off of the listed assignments that Canvas is giving you that are due, you will not see this practice lecture or this practice grammar quiz, and that is an extremely important step in this process. So always, I repeat, always look at the unit plan to figure out what your homework is. That being said, with the grammar, what you should do is in interactive grammar, I want you to watch the lecture that is in chapter 1. That will be over parts of speech. Then, actually let me flip to it here quick. Well, let me see if it'll allow me. Apparently that's not going to work for me, so we'll switch back. But in interactive grammar, you have a video lecture in chapter 1. Then at the end of chapter 1, you have practice that you can take. This is self-practice. You can see what the correct answers are. And then also in your grammar textbook, if you go to the far back, there is an appendix. This appendix has additional questions for you to practice the skills that are learned in your chapter. Now, the end of chapter questions, the ones at the very end of the chapter, are specifically for the information provided in that lecture. So, the questions at the end of chapter 1 relate to the topic that is discussed in chapter 1, and chapter 1 only. The topics discussed in chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2, you will have a quiz or assessment questions over just the topic that is covered in chapter 2. At the end of the entire textbook, however, in that appendix, those are cumulative questions. So they test the concepts from the previous chapters as well. And this is important because your grammar quizzes are cumulative. The information that you learn in chapter 1 will be important for chapter 2 as well. So you're going to need to retain this information, and the appendix in that interactive grammar book gives you the ability to refresh your memory about previous topics from previous chapters. Once you have looked at the grammar lecture, once you have taken the end of chapter assessment questions, and once you have done the end of the appendix assessment questions, you should then take the practice grammar quiz. This practice grammar quiz is identical to the quiz that you will have that is actually graded. The only difference is you will have different questions. Okay, so this gives you information about the format of what the quiz will look like, as well as practice with the concept. Once you finish this practice quiz, then you can go through and there are answers to the practice quiz that you can review, as well as explanations for why what answer is correct. Once you have finished all of that, if you feel as if you are ready to take the grammar quiz, you can click on the grammar quiz number 1, and then you can take the grammar quiz that is actually graded. So this is a fairly complex process because these concepts are extremely important, and some of them can be a little bit difficult if we have not had them before. So you have a lecture, you have end of chapter assessment questions, you have the appendix assessment questions, you have a practice quiz, all of that before you take your graded quiz. If you do not feel as if you are understanding the topic, go back to the lecture, watch it again carefully, and then go through this process again until you feel confident in the material, and then you can take your actual graded quiz. That should pretty much suffice for an explanation of our unit plan. So here, this is Monday's class, so before June 30th at 9 a.m., these assignments need to be completed. Then, June 30th, Here's the material that you should go over. You should read the resume prompt. You should watch the video. You should examine the example resume with comments, and then you should examine the resume rubric. Once you've done all that, then you can take the lecture quiz. You can work on your peer review draft of your resume, and once you have that, you're supposed to submit it here. And then you can go through your grammar process again. Then all of this homework needs to be done before 9 a.m. July 2nd, and then the process just repeats itself. I think that should pretty much cover the information that we need to know for this semester. So if you have questions as you are looking at this material, if you have questions about assignments, please do not hesitate to email me. I am happy to help out and to explain things further if anything is unclear. So welcome to English 215. Remember, this course goes along at a pretty quick clip, so be sure you're keeping on top of stuff. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please email me, let me know. I'm happy to help out further. Have a good day, all.